Introducing Sarah Gudger's story, part of Sundays of Survival series. I want to share with you the remarkable story of Sarah Gudger, a woman whose life spanned from slavery to freedom. At the age of 121 years old, Sarah was interviewed in 1937 for the Federal Writers Project. Her account is the only known first-person testimony from someone who was enslaved in Buncombe County, North Carolina. What follows is Sarah's story in her own words, preserving her voice to honor her experiences.
My name is Sarah Gudger, and I've lived to see 121 years on this earth. Born September 15th, 1816, about 2 miles from Old Fort on the Old Morganton Road. Lord have mercy, I sure have had a hard life. Just work and work and work. I never know nothing but work. My boss was Old Man Andy Hemphill. He had a large plantation in the valley. When Master Andy died, I went to live with his son, William Hemphill. I never forget when Master Andy died. He was a good old man, and the missus, she was good too. She used to read the Bible to us children. My pappy lived with Joe Gudger. That's where we got our family name from the man who owned my father. One morning, old Master Joe told my pappy, "Smart, I'm tired, worried, and troubled. I'm of a good mind to put myself away." A few days later, old Master Joe was found hanging in the barn by a bridle. Old Master had put himself away. No, ma'am, I never knew what it was to rest. I just worked all the time from morning till late at night. Work in the field, chop wood, hoe corn, till sometimes I felt like my back surely would break. Old Master would strap us good if we did anything he didn't like. He'd tie your hands and whip you, just like you were a mule. Lawdy, honey, I took 1,000 lashings in my day. Old Boss would send us out in any kind of weather, rain or snow. We had to go to the mountains, cut wood, and drag it down to the house. Many a time we came in with our clothes stuck to our poor old cold bodies. If the old boss saw us, they'd yell, "Get on out of here, you black thing!" And we knew to get, else we'd get the lash. I had to card and spin till 10 o'clock. Never got much rest, had to get up at 4 the next morning. Didn't get much to eat, neither, just a little cornbread and molasses. I never slept on a bedstead till after freedom, just an old pile of rags in the corner. I remember how I used to creep out and walk barefoot in the snow, about 2 miles to my old auntie's house. I knew when I got there, she'd fix hot corn pone with meat and milk for me to eat. Auntie was good to us darkies. Wasn't none of the slaves off our plantation ever sold, but the ones on the other plantation were. Oh, that was a terrible time. Old Master would come through the field with a man called the speculator. They'd walk around just looking. All the darkies knew what this meant. Then they'd slap the handcuffs on someone and take him away to the cotton country. When the darkies went to dinner, the old mammy would ask where someone was. When she saw them look down to the ground, she'd just say, "The speculator, the speculator." Then the tears would roll down her cheeks, 'cause maybe it was her son, and she knew she'd never see him again. Oh, my Lottie, my old boss was mean, but he never sent us to the cotton country. I remember when my old mammy died. She lived on Reams Creek. A white man told me she had died. I went to old Mrs. and said, "My mother died today. I want to see my mother before they put her away." But she looked at me mean and said, "Get on out of here and get back to your work before I wallop you good." So I went back to my work with the tears streaming down my face. I wanted to see my mammy so. I remember when the war came. I was getting along smartly in years. Only one boy from the plantation went. Alexander, he was about 25. One day, I never forget, we looked out and saw soldiers marching. Looked like the whole valley was full of them. The drums were beating and the fifes playing. Oh, glory, it was a sight. When the war was over, Master William said, "Did you all know you all are free? You're free now." I chuckled, remembering what an old woman once told us about freedom. A lot of men wanted me to go to foreign lands, but I told them I was going to live with my pappy, long as he lived. I had 2 brothers. They went to California, never saw them no more, nor my sister neither. I just know I was born and bred here in these parts, never been out of it. I'm well, never take no doctor medicine. Now, here I am, 121 years old, living with distant cousins in Asheville. I walk with one crutch, being lame in the right leg. I've seen the old times pass away and a new generation come along. They talk about going back to old times, but that time is done gone. The only thing I got left to do now is to join my mother in death.
Sarah Gudger died peacefully in her sleep on October 13, 1938, just over a year after this interview. Her testimony remains one of the most important first-hand accounts of slavery in Western North Carolina. If Sarah's powerful story moved you, please help me share these important voices from history by hitting that subscribe button and sharing this video with others. These stories deserve to be heard and remembered. Your support helps me continue bringing these remarkable testimonies to light. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.